Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Cypher. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. All our Twitters are scrolling at the bottom. Instagram is Nets Kingdom One, and the website netskingdom.net. Make sure you guys check that out. So, we're here to break down Jeremiah Fears. We're about almost 2 weeks away from the draft lottery, the fateful day, Judgment Day. So we're gonna break down the prospect Jeremiah Fears, a very favorite of Nets fans prospect, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Giannis news because we got some Giannis news. Sam Amico of Amico Hoops rumors reported that the Nets are possible. He named Nets, OKC, Rockets, Warriors as potential landing spots for Giannis Antetokounmpo. We knew this for weeks now. We talked about we go to our YouTube and type in Giannis. You will see the Giannis video. Giannis going to be a Brooklyn Net. We talked about that before. But Cypher, your quick take on since Giannis got eliminated on the Giannis move. Do you want Giannis to be in that or not?
Okay, so I don't. I
Mm.
personally don't. It makes no logical sense. The only reason you'd want Giannis to be a net is if you're just delusional.
Yeah,
Because the asking price would be insane.
yeah,
Because they would want because the Nets don't have like players. Because the Bucks because they don't have any of their draft picks. They need to be competitive, but at the same time they need to get young talent that has all star upside.
yeah,
And we don't have that unless we
yeah,
unless we pull off like a sign and trade with Cam Thomas and then we throw in Claxton, which financially that could work, you would have to give up so much draft capital.
yeah,
And look, the Nets fans love saying we have all these draft picks, but we only have 12 tradable first. You'd have to give up like 8 of them to get Giannis if you're not going to give that good players.
yeah.
It just makes no sense from that standpoint. And then after you do trade for him, let's just say the Bucks say yes, it's going to be okay. The starting five is going to be what D'Angelo Russell, Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Zaire Williams, and then what Giannis at the five.
That's nasty. I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, like I said, you hit it right on the head. For me, I've been team built through the draft. I'm on the I don't want Giannis train. Now, if you're telling me in 2 years, if you let me wait when Giannis is a free agent, then I'll might spin the block for Giannis. Yeah, if you're telling me when he has that player option, he opts out in 2 years from now, I'll think about it. But trading for him now, no, I just can't do it, and I don't understand why. Like so many, I guess they're using us as leverage. I think that's why they're using us as leverage. We have all the cap space, we have the picks, but people don't understand our picks are not as valuable. These Knicks picks that we have, these so many Knicks picks, these picks are going to be bottom. The Knicks are going to be good for at least 3 or 4 more years, 3 more years. Those picks are going to be at 20s, 18, 19, 20, 26, barring crazy injuries. Those Knicks picks are not really coveted. Now,
Well, it's hard to say. Okay, so they sent two of those picks are already like determined,
yeah,
and one of them is like pick 19, which ironically belongs to the Bucks, and the other one I believe is 26, which is the Knicks pick.
yeah,
So there are three more picks ready to convert in this draft, or not this draft, but later. I
yeah,
believe 27, 29, and then 31.
yeah.
27, you expect them to be good, but 29 and 31, like those are where
Those could
those those
possibly be
yeah
valuable because that the core could be destroyed by that time. That's fair.
yeah.
But it's like, if you're telling me, because Giannis is already off the back, he's a Hall of Fame talent. He's going to be worth at least 4 to 5 picks.
If you're the Bucks, you need more than hypothetical assets.
Yeah. So if you're not, we don't have the young talent. Because if you're the Bucks, you're trading Giannis. You're gonna have to get a star. You're gonna have to get not a star, but like at least a young talent that you can rebuild around. You're gonna want your picks back first of all, and we don't even have their picks. The Pelicans and the Blazers have their picks. So those are the teams that I'm talking to if I want to move Giannis, because I'm not gonna retool with a torn Achilles Dame Lillard and G leaguers and Kyle Kuzma. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna
There,
try to rebuild. Yeah,
there's a scenario, and Shadow Doug Norrie, like he
yeah,
put out a trade machine on Nets Twitter, and it was basically Zion Williamson and some of your picks back for Giannis, which is like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Take a chance on Zion, and you get your picks back.
yeah. That would make more sense to me because yeah, they get their picks back, they rebuild, go from there. Yeah, for us, it
Okay,
just this doesn't make
OKC
sense.
could give him like Kason Wallace and like a ton of picks. Like they own some of the Clippers picks. Houston, like they got Amon Thompson. They got all these former lottery picks. They got the Suns picks. Like there are so many teams that could give a better offer.
Yeah, way better younger players you can build around. So, in closing, I think this is just water under the bridge. I just think they're using us as leverage. I just think that, like I said, the only situation I could see the Bucks saying yes to us is if we give them Cooper Flag or we give them a top 2 pick. You know what I'm saying? If we're
Yeah.
blessed in the draft and we get Cooper Flag or Dylan Harper and we give them that, that's when I could possibly see, okay, maybe if Sean Marks gives them for Giannis, combines it with CJ Clax and some Knicks picks or draft capital, then I'm like, okay, I could see the Bucks saying yes, give us that. Here's
Well,
Giannis.
the
You know?
Bucks might say yes, but then it's like Giannis would have to agree. And
Oh yeah, Giannis.
there's this narrative going on that Giannis badly wants to be here.
Yeah,
And and it's like, where's that coming from? Like all
yeah,
the reports have said that the Nets want him badly. But Giannis has shown no indication that he's ever wanted to play for the Brooklyn Nets.
yeah, yeah. So in conclusion, yeah, we'll move off that before because we could talk all day about Giannis. Let's get into Jeremiah Fears. So Jeremiah Fears, I'm gonna read some scouting on Jeremiah Fears. 6'4" point guard out of Oklahoma. He's from Chicago. We're still waiting on the combine to get his true measurables, but right now he's listed at 6'4". A poised and polished young combo guard with advanced feel for the game, shows a high level of competitiveness and determination to win and improve. It says here, Fears plays with exceptional pace and control for his age, really rattled under pressure. He's a natural scoring touch, capable of creating his own shot at all 3 levels, fluid off the dribble with tight handles and a quick first step, changes speed, well to keep defenders off balance, and utilizes a smooth pull-up jumper from mid-range and beyond the arc. So right now, I've seen Jonathan Givney actually put out his latest mock draft, and he had Jeremiah Fears pretty high. I think he had him at either 4 or 5. No, I think he had him at 5 after VJ. Jeremiah Fears is probably I think he's the second youngest in this draft. I think his birthday is in October. I know Cooper's in December. Jeremiah's October. Common, I think, is September, and then Ace is August. And they're all going to be 18 during the draft and turn 19 after the draft. So I think it's Jeremiah might be one of the I think he might be the second youngest. So that's how young he is and how good he is.
So he's turning 19 in October.
In
So
October.
his rookie year will be his age 19 season.
Yeah. He'll still be 18 in training camp, most likely, right?
Yeah.
So that's how
He's
young he
young.
is.
He is so damn young.
He's very young. So that's why, like, the upside, a very polarizing prospect. Now, when I think about Jeremiah Fears, man, um, his handle, I think he has the best handle in this draft. Like, it's so sharp, it's on a string. He has a bunch of counters. Like they said in the scouting report, his first step is really good. I wouldn't say he's so athletically explosive, but he just has a really quick first step, and his handle is so crafty. He can get to the paint and pull up. When I think of comparisons, I remember I was texting you guys, and I'm not gonna say he's Steph Curry, but I'll say he's in the mold of that archetype, that Steph Curry, Trey Young archetype, small guard, really, really shifty handle, can have really nice touches, finishes around the paint. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have the shooting. He doesn't have the godly shooting that Steph has. And with he's kind of more Trey-ish because Trey has that sometimes I could shoot, but I'm not really a reliable threat from 3, but I can shoot sometimes. That's kind of where I'm putting Jeremiah right now. Now I'm gonna ask you, what do you think his ceiling kind of would be in that? I think it would be in that area of Trey Young. But in my opinion, I just think that the the reason why in my draft I would have Jeremiah over VJ because at 4, I have Jeremiah probably at 4 over VJ because if you're telling me VJ and Jeremiah are the same height, I'd rather take the point guard with all those tools in his hand. He can play make at a high level. He has a great handle. He can score on 3-level scorer. He has a great bag. I'd rather take the point guard that has all those tools in his bag than the slash athletic. I sometimes can shoot. It's still questionable. I can't really play make, and my handle is sus, and I can't create a shot. I'd rather take that point guard with all the tools over the athletic Russell Westbrook, type of point guard or shooting guard that VJ is. That's just my opinion, but I don't know how you how you feel about where you hold Jeremiah Fears in this NBA draft, bro.
He is controversial for a reason. I mean, look.
Yeah,
So the first thing is the size.
yeah.
He's listed at 6'4". I'm gonna say this right now. He's not 6'4". He
No,
does not look 6'4". He
mm,
might. I think he's like honestly 6'2",
yeah.
6'2", maybe six
He might
three.
be 6'3" without shoes. He might be, but I think I would say 6'2", 3/4, but we'll wait. We're waiting for the combine, so go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and so look, I think he's 6'2", 6'3", and look,
Mhm.
the guy is very like he is very skinny. Like he is not a stocky guard by any means.
Yeah.
His I believe he's listed at 182,
Yeah.
which I do believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just doesn't have like that much physical strength.
Mhm.
And look, regarding the biggest concern is the shooting and the at rim finishing.
Yes.
So the 3-point shooting, he shot 28% from three.
Yeah.
Now his defenders will say, and I agree with this to some extent, is he had to overcreate a lot at Oklahoma, which
Yeah.
is true, and so he took a lot of threes off the dribble, and he was 20% on those, 21% on those off the dribble threes,
Yeah.
36% on catch and shoot though, and
Yes.
39% on unguarded catch and shoot threes.
Mm.
Didn't take a lot either, so that is a volume is a bit concern. The shooting isn't terrible, and the form looks good,
Yeah.
so
His
that's something
mechanics look
that
great.
could get better.
Yeah. His mechanics look great. Yeah, it look great.
Yeah, and the free throw shooting is 85%, which is a good indicator that the form is good.
Yeah.
So that's one concern. The other concern is like the out rim finishing, which makes sense. So he's good at getting to the rim. Now he shot 53% at the rim,
Right.
which is not that great. And the bigger concern here is so I found a stat regarding that half court rim efficiency.
Mhm.
And so basically this excludes transition.
Right.
And so Fears, okay, he was in the half court. He was able to get to the rim like 37% of the time, which is amazing. Like that's on the level of like Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper. But he shot 45% on those shots, whereas Flag shot 55%, Harper shot 65%. So the rim efficiency is not great. The 3-point shooting is not great. The mid range shooting, I believe, must be good because his overall field goal percentage was acceptable. The playmaking, the pick and roll is great. The downhill creation is great. He has passing vision, and his handle is amazing.
Yes.
I don't know. It is difficult because he could either be like a Darius Garland, Tyrese Maxey type of player,
Yeah.
or he could be like a Scoot Henderson, Markel Fultz type
Marco
of
Fultz,
player.
yeah, this it's so hard to NBA comp him because there's so many NBA like there's so many, he's just that lead guard that has that he has the bag yet, but we don't know what it's going to translate to. Like we have to wait till the NBA to see what it translates. Is he going to be the Maxi? Is he going to be the Darius Garland, or is he going to be the non-shooting? Is he not? Is his shooting going to translate and it's going to be bad, or LaMarcus Fultz or the Trey Young, or you don't know what it's going to be. So it's the toughest part about it, bro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and look, the vision is there. Like he is an amazing passer.
Yes.
It just it's just so tough. And look, he does have a bit of a turnover issue.
Mhm.
Like 4.1 assist is pretty good in college.
Yes.
3 point for four turnovers.
Yeah.
So that is also like not great.
The thing I realize his this is why I think NBA scouts really like him and why they think his upside is so high. Is because of his age. He is such a baby. Like he's 18, so he has a chance. He can grow a little bit taller and he's gonna pack on muscle. You know what I'm saying? This is he's a child right now. He's 18. He should be a senior in high school right now. And he's about to get drafted to the NBA draft and play against grown men. So I think that's why they have his upside so high. And then for his weaknesses, like you said, the at rim finishing, he gets there. He gets to the rim. But
Yes.
once that contact happens, it just knocks him off balance. And he doesn't finish. I think with time, when he grows into his body, gets stronger, I think it will get better. And then he learns more moves around the rim, floaters, high layups off the backboard, stuff like that, great finishing moves. I think it'll get better with time as he gets older. But other than that, it's just the shooting for me. The shooting is where he has to prove himself off the dribble. Because I think the catch and shoot, he can do it. And then he has mid range in his bag. If he wants to get to his midi, he can pull up. But it's the off the dribble. Can I get past you? If you stop me, can I step back, hit a three consistently, or can I counter, hit a three consistent? Like that's the off the dribble stuff that I'm worried about because as a lead guard, you got to have those counter off the dribble shooting in your bag at a decent rate. I'm not asking for 40. I need at least 35%. You know what I'm saying? I need at least 35 off the dribble. If he can if that translates, then I think his ceiling. Do you have a ceiling for him? I don't know, but I feel like his ceiling could be very high if that translates because he already has all the other tools: the handle, the passing, you know, the
Well, the
three
shooting.
level scoring. So yeah,
Here's the thing, though. If he wants to be like a top 25 player, like a legitimate all star caliber player,
yeah,
he's got to get good at layups.
yeah.
Like he's got to be good at finishing at the rim because the players I mentioned before, Garland and Max, the other comps,
Mhm.
they're guards that can finish at the rim.
Yeah,
They could finish at the rim. They could shoot threes as well. The problem is if he could only shoot and when he gets to the rim and he's kicking it out, that's basically Scoot Henderson.
yeah,
And that's not a good enough player for where he's getting drafted. And look, he could put on more muscle. He could become more crafty.
yeah,
I do know there wasn't anyone that good at that Oklahoma where he went, and
yeah.
he would benefit a lot from NBA spacing and the lane being more open
Oh
by
yeah,
getting these shooters.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, this is the hard part about drafting. It's hey, what skills does this player have? What are his weaknesses? What could he get better at?
Yeah,
And like those are all questions, and that's what makes drafting hard. Me personally, look, if
mm.
if the Nets are drafting
I say
fifth
we're
or
drafting
sixth,
fifth or four, four or five. I say because that
if
yeah,
we're
4 or
drafting in
5.
the 4 to 7 range,
Yeah.
yeah, you take Jeremiah Fears
Okay.
because
Okay.
even though look, the upside is there, the skill is there.
Would you take him
He
over VJ Edgecombe?
maybe,
Okay, that's fair.
maybe because
Me
look,
personally, I think that's just me, but I get it. Why I don't disagree with people who think VJ would take VJ over him. I don't, it's just is what it is.
yeah. I mean,
Mm,
look with Edgecombe, the shooting is there. Like I remember he shot in the 30s, so he already has the jump shot. He's got
mm,
the athleticism that jumps off the page already. So you believe that the out rim finishing for him will be there.
yeah,
The vision, so he can pass in the pick and roll. Like something with this became a VJ Edgecombe, off topic, but
mhm,
if they're both smaller guards, oh, by the way, VJ is a little bit bigger, in
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. He is.
So he's got that advantage. He has the athleticism. The skill is similar. I don't know, I might be talking myself to VJ if we end up getting the fourth pick.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, because my reasoning is I just I still have questions about VJ's jump shot, and I think his handle is very, very bad compared to Jeremiah having the best handle in the draft. I feel like as a lead guard in this NBA, you need guys with sharp, sharp handle because these guys you will get exposed quick as a lead guard in this league. Even shooting guard, you will get exposed quick. If because for me, VJ, I think he's just a straight line drive off ball guy. If you turn him into that, I think he'll succeed. But if you ask him to be a lead guard, it will be very, very, very bad. So, in my opinion, that's why I'm taking Jeremiah over VJ because I want the lead guard that can play make, has the handle. Shooting might not be the best, and the finishing might be, like I said, Jeremiah is not. He's athletic though. He's athletic, but it's not explosive. Like when you watch these videos of him going to the rim, he's dunking like he. I've seen him do windmills. I've seen him do the legs. I think I'll post it tomorrow. He can duck. Like he got athleticism, but he's just not an explosive athlete. He's more of a
Well,
transition. He needs a dribbling start athlete. You know those kind of athletes, sneaky athleticism. I think that's what they call
here's the thing though, and that's what happened with Scoot Henderson.
it. Yeah,
Like his speed was so good that he was able to put up these highlight dunks in the G League Ignite.
yeah,
But when he got to that higher level in the NBA, he wasn't able to generate that. He didn't
yeah.
have like the burst explosive jumps that get him to the rim.
That's fair.
And because he didn't have that,
Mhm.
he is a fundamentally different player in the NBA.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I know VJ's probably will translate. I just
Yeah.
don't know if Jeremiah's athleticism will. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and
And
see.
another thing that VJ Edgecombe has over fears is
Mhm.
like we've seen Edgecombe in the Olympics,
Yeah,
and he was amazing in the Olympics against grown men.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, we'll see. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about Jeremiah Fears, man. Polarizing prospects. Some people have him as, like I said, Jonathan Givney on ESPN. I think had him as number 5 in the mock draft. Some people have him 4. I think that's his 4 through 7 is his mock.
Yeah,
So yeah, You got something else?
Yeah, no, and by the way,
Mm.
I feel like I'm being harsh on Fears. If the Nets had like the sixth pick, I'm taking him no brainer.
Yeah, like I said, I'm taking Fears 4 through 7. I'm probably gonna, like I said, me personally, if we got the number fourth pick, I would take Fears. Fifth pick, if he's still there, I would take him also at 5. After that, we'll see what happens. Like, but
I mean, we're
yeah.
not getting the fifth pick.
Oh yeah, we can't get the fifth pick,
It,
right? Yeah,
yeah,
sixth pick, I
it's
guess.
a weird. I don't know why the NBA did this, but
Yeah.
for some reason, because they wanted to flatten the lottery odds, like the Nets have a 0% chance at 5.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Because the top pick, if they get the word, if they the least they can get is 5. That's why
Uh,
who's the worst team in the league? The Wizards, the Utah Jazz, the
Jazz,
Jazz. So the worst they can do is 5.
those
That's
percent,
probably
like our percentage of 5 went to the first because they wanted to do
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
I don't know. The flattened lottery odds are weird.
yeah. So yeah, so I guess 4 or 6. I'll say that 4 or 6. I'm taking Jeremiah Fears. That's what I'll say. But yeah, he's like I said, a great prospect, lead guard. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about Jeremiah Fears. What do you think his ceiling is? What do you think his floor is? Do you believe in the upside? Do you think it will translate to the NBA? One of the youngest guys in the draft. Great, great prospect. We'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys so much. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram is Nets Kingdom 1. We'll be back.